Hey guys, today I'm going to be crocheting my dream wardrobe. This is going to be part one of this series, and I'm probably going to start with some more summary projects and then later on just kind of continue this out through the fall. So right now I am going to get started on working on this super cute ruffle top that I am planning on wearing to a concert that I'm going to in a couple weeks. And this one, I actually do already have the top started. However, I totally messed it up and have to frog the majority of it and basically start over. So here's the top. So I kind of loosely followed Passionate Kelsey's tutorial for her ruffle top, and mine, I decided to do my cups sideways like this because, so this is one of the things that I want to change. One, I just want it to be more full coverage, which is part of the reason why I do my cups sideways like this, because doing them vertically makes it more like skinnier, and I don't like that. I want it to have more coverage and just kind of more support. So this is the ruffle section, and this is the main reason why I'm having to frog it, because I made it way too big. So this is the back side, and these are supposed to come around to the back, and I was going to make something to like tie them together, but these are just way too big. Like whenever I tried it on, they overlapped like a ton and it just did not fit. It was not cute. So I at least have to frog the entirety of the ruffles. So then all that's gonna leave me is the cups and these little spaghetti straps. And so again, another thing I want to change is the straps. So I'm just not a fan of spaghetti straps anymore. I just don't like it. Like, I don't know why. It's just not my style. I don't really know how to explain it. I just don't want spaghetti straps. Once I get down to the cups after frogging it, I'm gonna have to see how I connected these, because I think I just crocheted them on like as a continuation of the cups. And if that's the case, then it should be fine and I can keep them the same length and everything. And all I should have to do is just attach some more yarn and just keep crocheting onto it. For example, here are the straps, and let's say I attach new yarn to the end of the strap, go down, and then keep going across the tops of the cups and then go up the strap. I'm gonna have to play around with it and see, because it kind of depends on like, do I need more coverage up here at the top? This isn't going to be where it's sitting, I'm just trying to show you, but do I need more coverage here, or do I need more coverage this way, you know? Because if I need more coverage this way, then I can start the straps here, go up and around, you know? So yeah, fixing the straps is gonna just kind of be a lot of trial and error and seeing how much coverage I need to actually add. But yeah, so I think this is gonna be really cute once it's done, and I am excited to wear it to this concert I'm going to. I'm not gonna lie, we haven't actually even bought the tickets yet, but it says that there's still tickets available, and we're literally just waiting to get paid before we buy the tickets. So fingers crossed that everything goes correctly and we still get to go. Hopefully they aren't like fully sold out by then. But yeah, that's the plan. And I mean, even if I don't get to wear it to the concert, I'm still making the top anyway, so I'll wear it to something. But yeah, I'm gonna get started on frogging this. All right, it's the next day, and this is what it looks like after I finished frogging it. This is the amount of yarn that I had left just from the first time of me fully finishing it, even though it was too big. So even though I'm gonna be adding more coverage to the top part, I had this much left over originally, and it was too big around the waist, so I'm pretty confident I should have enough yarn. And this is what I had left after frogging it and caking it up. So we're gonna start with those before moving on to this one. And I've just kind of held it up to myself. Obviously I can't really try it on, there's nothing to like fully hold it up, you know? So just periodically holding it up to my body to see what it looks like is gonna have to do. And I've decided I'm going to start from the edges and then go all the way up the strap, back down, over the top, same thing, over and around the strap, and end at the other side. And I think I'm gonna do 2 rows of that before checking it again, because obviously, like I said, I don't want spaghetti straps. I do want these to be a lot thicker. So we'll just kind of have to see how much coverage that adds and what I like. Also, before I finished frogging the bottom part here, I took my tape measure to see how wide I had made the chain around the back, and it was about 7 inches, I think. So this time when I get to that part, I'm gonna take it down to 5 inches. So it was originally, I want to say 20 chains. Maybe I'll do 15. I don't know, you know, just kind of roughly guessing. And then I'll try it on after the first few rows of ruffles and see and make sure it's at a good length. But I think the reason it got too big, because once I had frogged it down to that simple chain and held it up to me, I was like, yeah, I see why I thought that was gonna work, because it didn't even go all the way around my back. But after adding the ruffles, that makes it wider, and so it just didn't look good after that. So it is definitely important to make this chain here shorter than what I think it actually needs to be. But yeah, now I'm going to get started on that. I'm going to get started on just widening this top part and making it more full coverage. Okay, time for an update. So I started on the right side looking at it this way, even though, you know, it's going to be flipped and this is actually the left cup, but whatever, we're going to say this is the right. Started on the right. I've gone up the first half of the strap, and then I got to the end here. So, you know, this one's still skinny. I haven't gotten to this side yet. I'm already liking that this is looking thicker, and I've still got to go down the left side. And then once I get to here, I'm still going back around and coming to end on this side, because I ended on this side originally. You can see this is the yarn I just attached. This was from the first time I made this. So I want to end on this side again, just to keep it consistent. That's just what I want to do. And I think that should be perfect. It should be the perfect width for the straps and everything. So, one dilemma that I have though, I don't like the way the end of the strap looks. Normally, what you do for just this simple like spaghetti strap one is just a chain, and then you're just slip stitching down the rest of the way. But now, since I'm adding more rows, I've got to do like 3 single crochets in the same stitch to kind of round it around that corner. But let me show you what it looks like before I did that. Okay, this is what it looked like when I got to the end of the row. And I know my stitches are a little stretched out just because I had just crocheted into them a little bit. Here, now that I've got the yarn out of the way, you can see it a little bit better. Doing it this way, without rounding around that corner, it gives it just a flat edge. And I like the look of the flat edge way better than that just little like rounded bit. So unfortunately, this means that I'm gonna have to cut my yarn and then start again on this side, which isn't the end of the world, right? Like, it just means I'm gonna have more ends to weave in, and so it's a little annoying, but I'm gonna do it because I think it's gonna make it look a lot better. Like, I'm just gonna like it a lot better if I do it this way, where it's flat at the bottom instead of rounded. All right, I am officially done adding length to the straps, or I guess width to the straps. And this is what it's looking like. I'm very happy with it. So we ended off here. So that added a total of 4 rows around it, so 2 on each side, because we went back, down, around, you know, and then all the way back this way. And that worked out perfectly. I'm very happy with the width of the straps now. And I know the straps look like insanely long, but trust me, it's okay. I held it up to myself and kind of like held it around, and they do have to be kind of long so that I can actually tie it in the back. And I would prefer to tie it in a bow. But now that I have seen it, what it looks like with the straps being thicker like this, I would really prefer if some way I can just, instead of making it like a halter top where I'm gonna tie it in a bow around the neck, it is gonna just go like over the shoulder like that and attach to the back of the top. But I do think the straps are too long for that, and that I just don't even know how to prepare for. I would not know how to measure that until the top was fully done. So it's fine. It's just gonna be like a little halter tie around the neck, which is still very cute. And I'm glad that I have these extra couple rows of length. I do kind of wish that I would have cinched it in a little bit more here so that they came up more like this whenever I tried it on, but it's okay. It's not a huge issue. And basically what I did when I got down to here, each time I went over this part, I think the first time, so I did a decrease, but I also skipped 2 stitches that were in the middle, and then I think the next rows I just skipped 1 stitch that was in the middle. It just kind of whatever seemed to look better. Yeah, so basically skipping the middle stitch and then using the stitches on either side to do a decrease. Now all that I have left to do is start on the ruffles, and that I'm gonna look back at the video to double check, but basically I'm just gonna kind of guess how long I need to go on the sides, and then I'm pretty sure you're just doing 2 double crochets in each stitch, but then after that you're just doing 1. So it's like you get the ruffle in the beginning and then you're just adding length to it. That should work out and we will see how it goes. I just realized I did this wrong. So I did a chain of 13 for the sides, which I think should be good. I held it up to me after doing the double crochets for the ruffles and, you know, flipped it around to the other side to see how far it went back, and there was still like a good amount of space in between them. So hopefully 13 chains is enough. And I also made sure to do them just like looser this time, since I am putting 2 double crochets in each stitch. That way it would kind of give me a more accurate measurement. But I just realized I gotta undo all that because I just totally forgot that, you know, obviously I'm attaching my yarn and making this chain here, but then I have to go do a row of single crochets all the way over so that once I get to this side I can do the same chain and then go back and do the double crochets. And I totally forgot about it. I just went straight into the double crochets, and so then I get to the end here and then I realized, oh, I don't have my chain. So now I gotta undo all that I just did. So that's quite annoying, but at least it was just 1 row. All right, and now I'm gonna do it correctly, and I'm going to single crochet down this chain. What do you want? Anyway, I'm going to try and do my single crochets pretty loosely on this chain part 2, so that hopefully that still helps with it staying about the same length. Because if it's too tight and then I'm doing a bunch of increases all at once, it's gonna be like tighter and then like swooshed out with the double crochets, which like kind of makes sense because like, yes, it's the ruffle top, but I don't want the back to like have some weird tapered look because of it, so I'm just trying to do the initial chain just a little bit looser. Anyway, now I'm gonna continue working on this again and hopefully I don't mess it up. Oh my gosh, this is about to drive me insane. So I did it right. Then I realized, you know, okay, cute, it looks nice, nice little single crochet all the way across, do my little chain, go back, and I'm like, wait a minute, now I'm stuck at this weird awkward spot. And I guess like in theory, if I wanted to, I could just cut my yarn and then just like start from the end. I don't know why, like, why did I have such the biggest freaking brain fart with this? Because I wasn't supposed to start here and do the chain and go back. I was supposed to just start with the chain. So it was supposed to start here, start with the chain, then attach it, go across, do the row of single crochets. Or Or I guess I don't technically have to do the row of single crochets. It's been a day. So, again, he's going crazy. What do you want? You want down? I think he wants down. Anyway. All my hard work undone. Again. Okay, quick little update. I've gotten 3 rows of the ruffles done and I think it's so cute. I'm so excited for this. And so I've just ran out of yarn right here. So now I'm about to attach my new yarn. And I have just about, you know, basically 2 whole skeins left because this one, I think this might have been a full skein. If not, maybe slightly less than a full skein. But yeah, so I've still got that. And then I'm pretty sure this was also a full skein from when I frogged it too. So yeah, I should definitely have enough yarn. And also, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I want this to be like a full length top. I don't want it to be like super cropped or anything. And I always wear like high-waisted pants, you know, all of my shorts and jeans and leggings, like everything is high-waisted just because I like that better. I think it looks a lot better on me. A full length top for me might technically be considered cropped, but it's because I wear high-waisted pants, so it still looks full length. I need it to at least reach my belly button, hopefully an inch or 2 past it, but we'll see. I'm just gonna have to see what length looks good, and then also once I get down further done, I will try it on with some jean shorts and everything so I can see what it looks like and see if I want to make it longer. But yeah, this is where I am kind of taking a break for now. I'm about to attach some yarn and then I'm probably gonna take a break, and yeah, I will update you next time I start working on it. Okay, it's time for another update. This is how far I've gotten on the top, and you know, obviously depending on how cropped other people might want theirs, they might stop here or whatever. I started my last ball of yarn last night, and so, you know, this is how much I have left, which is still like decent, but my guess is that I might only be able to do like 3 or 4 rows with this just because of how long it is. Think about it. This first chain, I did 2 double crochets in every single stitch because that's, you know, how you get the ruffles. So it's just a lot of stitches for 1 row. So hopefully it ends up being a good length, but I do think that I'm probably just gonna end up using all of the yarn, which is fine. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I am gonna have to save a little bit of yarn, which maybe I should have done this before I attached this ball, now that I'm thinking about it, but oh well. I am still gonna have to make the little strap to attach it, which I am not planning on making super long. So these ones are already long, just so you have enough strap to actually tie around the neck. And I wanted to leave it in a bow, and so it'll be kind of like dangling down just a little bit. When I tried it on before, I didn't actually tie it in a bow, and the straps were really long, but I know they will look cute once it's actually tied in a bow. But for this one, I'm thinking about doing the same kind of thing. It's just not going to be nearly as long. It will probably only connect at the top here, or I might have it connect, like just do a short little lace up from like the top to like, you know what I mean, like the first quarter of it, but I'm not going to try and lace up the entire thing just because I just don't think it needs it, and that'll use less yarn. Okay, I'm back, and I know I literally just talked to you and it's still the same day and everything, but I'm not done with the ruffles yet. I just kind of stopped here because I realized I can just use the other end of the yarn to make the chain for the back, and then I can cut it off and fully go back to just using up the entire rest of the skein. I chained 100, and this is how long it is, and I went ahead and did like a pretty little like lace up thing to see how long it would be with it, you know, laced up and tied with a little bow. And I like the length, and I do know that it will get slightly shorter because that's just what always happens. So like after I slip stitch into it, it's going to shrink up just a little bit, not too drastically, so it should still be fine. And also it was like slightly longer than I needed, so I'm sure it will be fine. So yeah, now I'm just gonna work on this until I have to get ready for the day. Okay, so I finished the main part of the top. I wanted it to be longer, but I ran out of yarn. So this is how long it's gonna be. At least it's not like too short. It's fine. But as I was crocheting, I literally ran out of yarn right there, and I had this much left of the very last row. So I had to start undoing my strap because I was like, bare minimum, I at least need to finish that row. And I literally had to undo all of the slip stitches on the strap, so literally half of it. So now I am going to I did a chain of 100 and I really liked that length, but now I'm gonna change it down to 50, which is gonna be pretty short. But as long as I have something for it to connect at the top, it should be fine. And it's ruffly and flowy anyway, so I don't think it'll be an issue. So I'm gonna try that, and if the 50 chains with the slip stitches is still too short, I'm just gonna do a ribbon. I'll find one or go to Walmart and buy one or something. So I will update you whenever I have the top fully done, you know, all ends weaved in, and you will see what it looks like and whether I did ribbon or not. I don't know, we'll see. I am back. It has been a while since the last clip I filmed. So obviously I did not wear it to the concert like I mentioned earlier in this video. I ended up just wearing a different outfit to that, which was fine. So I still don't know exactly where I'm gonna wear this to, but I have finished weaving in all my ends, so the top itself is officially done. Here's the full little layout, little flat lay. And this is the ribbon that I got for it. I think I just bought this from Walmart. I think this is a pretty good match for the yellow in this. Pretty close, you know, about as close as I could get. And yellow is my favorite color, and so I really wanted this yellow to pop more, because I feel like when you see this, my first thought is pink. Then I go to the orange, then I go to the yellow, you know? So I think this will be just super cute to make the yellow pop a little bit more. And so that is what I'm gonna use to lace up the back. And then I'm gonna give you guys a little try on and finish out this video. Okay, ignore the fact that my hair and makeup isn't done and I don't have a whole lot of accessories, just my basic everyday necklace, okay? But here's the final reveal. Isn't she cute? I am honestly really happy with how this turns out. Here's an up close view, the halter neck straps, and here is the back. I really like how long I made the straps, which I did on purpose, and I will say, considering the fact that this is the second time I made this top, you know, I basically redid the whole thing from the first time with the intentions of making it smaller, which I did, but it was still too big. So I will show some pictures of what it looked like the first time I tried it on, and that is with me lacing it up with the ribbon on like the very edges of the fabric. So the back of it, it's like, they basically touch, and then I'm lacing it up on the very edge of the fabric. But since it was still a little too loose, yes, it still fit, and it's not like I'm gonna like have a nip slip or anything, because obviously I can tie the neck part however I need to, but it just felt too loose and baggy on the sides. So what I did after that is I redid it, and obviously I was not gonna re-crochet this entire ruffle part, just no. But instead of lacing it up on the very edges of the fabric, I went on both sides the third hole in. And that honestly helps. It is a little bit cinched now in the back because of that extra fabric I cut off, but honestly with the bow of the ribbon and the dangles from the neckties hanging down, I don't think it's bad. Like, I feel like it kind of just takes away from it. Like, nobody's gonna be looking that close and seeing that there's a little bit of scrunch right there. It's honestly not that noticeable at all. And it doesn't bother me because I ain't the one looking at it, it's behind me. Like it's genuinely not that noticeable, and it feels comfortable. So I would wear this with some jean shorts or jeans, honestly, something plain. I did try it on with my skirt, which is actually what you see in the picture. So don't judge those pictures, okay, of what it looked like the first time I tried it on. I tried it on with the jean shorts first, but then I was just curious to see what it looked like with the skirt. But it just, no, they don't really match. This is more kind of like a going out top. You wear a going out top with some jeans or whatever, you know? So yeah, I'm very happy with how this turned out. But I don't know what to wear this to. You know, like I said originally about me planning on wearing it to a concert, I do like that idea. However, I go to a lot of country concerts, and I feel like this isn't giving country. It's giving pop. You know, like it's just so bright and colorful. It's not something you would see at a country concert, really. And also, I am going to the Alex Warren concert in October for my birthday, but I have a different outfit for that. Hopefully I find a concert at some point to wear this to, or just something. I would say a football game, but like this is not my school's colors. It's just, this would look weird. So yeah, I really don't know what to wear this for. So that is it for this video. I am overall really happy with how this turned out. I think I would rate it an 8 out of 10. Because the look of it is great. I think it looks super cute. The only reason I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10 is because the fit isn't quite perfect. You kind of can't really tell by looking at it. Like, honestly, it looks like it fits me. But I did have to, you know, go in farther with lacing it up because it was too big. I think crochet clothing in general, when it's stuff like this, like a bralette, something tight fitting, it's just always gonna feel a little off to me because it's not a stretchy material. It's not something like any of my other like fitted tank tops. Like obviously it just stretches, goes over me and is just slim fitted, you know? It's not like that. So I very much notice this, you know, kind of knot at the back with the straps. Like I just notice it kind of pulling. And not that it's like a ton, but it's just like, that's kind of the main thing keeping it on my body. It's just all at the back of my neck. So it's slightly uncomfortable, but it's not unbearable, you know, like I could definitely wear it out for a night. It is nothing too crazy, and it is cute. And then the only other reason I'm not giving it the full 10 points is just because I don't know what to wear it to. But yeah, that is all that I have for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned to see more parts. I'm probably going to continue this series pretty much anytime I want to just make something for myself to wear. Whether it's for an event or just in general, I'm like, oh, that's cute, I want to make that, you know. I just really want to build up my wardrobe of stuff that I made. I only have one other crochet top that I made that was a halter top, and I don't wear that. It's not really my style. It was one of the very first things I made. And then I actually did knit a sweater, but I accidentally made it way too big because, you know, I didn't know what I was doing. It was one of my very first knit projects. So I will definitely be continuing this series, making more things to add to my wardrobe of hopefully stuff that I will actually wear. Because even this, I don't know when I'm going to get to wear it, but it's cute. So yeah, that is all that I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!